I guess it's a meteor. It was burning, and it was hot. And it came down. Now, understand, I'm both Inner Heyoka and hi-OH-kah. That means backwards. So sometimes what I see is backwards. I saw it go in the Pacific Ocean and hit. And this is also one of the great reasons the earth shatters. You take a fresh egg and throw a rock at it. That's what you got. This thing's big. Big! It is a small mountain. And it hits, luckily not on land proper, but very close to land in the ocean. I saw it in the Pacific. Others see it in the Atlantic. So I don't know. I see things backwards sometimes. But the earth cracks. And the great shudder, and the skies change. And the floods come. And people perish. It's just part of the whole thing that Mama is in the process of now. Anyway, these underground bases that are being made in unsafe areas, if I was in the military, I would consider getting out in a hurry or as soon as possible, or literally even going AWOL. They're putting you places that you don't stand a chance. But then again, who cares if they're up there in a bigger part, you know, a lot of general stripes. You're just, I don't know, you're just a disposable Bic pen in uniform. But there's a lot of underground bases. There's a book out, I understand, maybe more than one, on underground places. And it doesn't even come close to showing everything that's out there. And it's almost always in the process of being built for a new place here and a new place there. The things I know, man. The reports I get from people who are ordered out of the national force by the military at gunpoint, and the helicopters flying in with big crates under their bellies, flying way off into the boonies somewhere. And gee, the things I know. But in the future, women will find equality with men. And it will not be a man-dominated government, or world for that matter. It will be Mitakuye-Owassen, all related as one. And the women's place will come back to where it belongs and has always belonged. And decisions will be made with male and female combined. And hopefully, with God as the head. But our time is short. Though I wasn't showing this in the vision, I tell you true. The year 2012 was the day of the two, or the year if you want, of the two, if you want to call it this, it's not the proper name, but end time probables. What the Aztecs and the Maya did they were seeing the future, distant viewing, the whites call it. We just call it seeing. And their holy ones and spiritual ones would get together and do spirit trips to see what's happening here and there along the way of mankind's life. And the probabilities were slowly chipping down, until only two remained in that year, 02 or whatever it is, or 12 rather. They could not see which of the two probabilities left for mankind to take was going to be taken. So that's it. That's as far as we can tell. We don't know if mankind is going to make a good decision and walk the red road or make a bad decision. And according to Scripture, they're going to make the bad decision. Armageddon will loom then, big time. But It's not the end of civilization in the year of 12. It's just the end of, they didn't know. It was just so possible to go one way or the other. I mean, nose to nose possible. And they didn't know which way they were going to take mankind. So they just said, that's as far as we can go. We can't go any further. Again, I do not want you to understand that I am spreading fear. I am spreading hope, telling warnings what will take place if we continue on the course we're going. Without connecting to God individually and then hopefully in great masses, we're headed for hell in a strange, most horrible way. But women will have their place again. Women gave it up long ago. And man has taken over, and the pendulum that man has held is now, hear me, now free. And it's swinging. And the New Agers and the woman liberation and this and that, they're grabbing at the handle of the pendulum and saying, oh, it's ours now. And they're doing just as wrong as a man saying it was ours. When the pendulum is released by both sides and allowed to swing back and forth until it holds steady and still, straight up and down, there will be unity. And if they let the Creator be the great leader, there will be peace. And Ishkane, the Son of God, the one the whites call Jesus, He will bring that peace for 1,000 of our years. You will know peace, but it will not be easily won or given. There will be turmoil. This is part of the vision. There will be turmoil as they learn to let go of that pendulum. And it'll take a while. And Christ will rule with an iron rod, showing full well that there are people, nations, countries, that don't want to do it. That's all right. It's going to be stiff. It's going to be hard on those. But in time, they'll recognize that, this great leader, this one, this God-man on earth, knows the right way. Peace, that we don't have to hate each other. But it'll take a long time to wash away that thing called pride, self, ego. But in time it will happen, and then Lucifer will be let loose, and I saw that. And it'll be a long time for that too. This scriptures call it for a season. Scriptures says that one of our days or one of his days is like 1,000 years to us. So it'll take a while, but it'll happen. Then I went forward, greatly forward, into the future time, after Armageddon. If we do not change after Armageddon, I'm assuming that we're not changing. God help me in my assumption, forgive me. But I try, I do my best. But Lucifer is very real. I don't give a dang what my full-blood brothers claim. There is no Lucifer. Boy, you got a shock in store for you. He'll be loosed again, and things will go wacko again, just like we are now in the world today. Now I'm telling you from the vision. And believe it or not, we get worse than we are today. In a very short season.